I want to take the time to say thank you to my patrons. Your help has actually not only done so much for my channel, but it's actually helped me personally to make it through this tough year. And I want to thank all of my subscribers, and well, thank you. And let's get to the show. If you guys know, like if you notice something about me, I will go like a week, maybe 2 weeks, just talking about a specific subject and then like letting it rest for a while, because like even I get tired of certain people's stupidity and I have to like switch it around and shit. That being said, and let me just turn this light off. There we go. That being said,
people are freaking out right now. Like they're tired.
Okay. Stop. No, I'm not saying that it is, but it's just it's the extreme version of it. It's the whole people choosing their identity. That's what I was actually making a reference to, comparison to. It's really just like you choose who you want to be. So yeah, that's the reference of it, and I wanted to take it to the most extreme example. So yeah. So let's go and talk about JP. A moment. All right. So JP is weird. JP is weird, and I think he's actually I have videos of him just like before just lambasting people on the left, and then he took a real weird turn when one of his videos was taken down for, I guess, misinformation about COVID, and he just went full like, oh, the libs are just trying to control us and things of that nature. It's one of those things where somebody actually get their feelings hurt by something, a group of people that they perceive is threatening them, then they go full hard the other way. And it was just like, and it's just like, dude, come on now. It's just let's listen to him. Let's listen to him. All right, let's go.
People are freaking out right now. Like they're tired of having their constitutional rights taken away with a mandatory stay-at-home orders. Cities are suing the California governor so their people can go back onto their beaches again.
So first of all, what gets me about these people is, and I'm gonna actually say this. And you guys got to help me out with this one. These motherfuckers wouldn't have a problem when it comes to mandatory not coming in here for people crossing the fucking border who literally have a legal right for asylum. These motherfuckers wouldn't have a problem with, I guess, like people that complain about masks. These aren't the same people. Like, if you're complaining about mask, if you actually have a complaint about mask, you should have the same complaint about underwear. If you are complaining about mask, you should have the same complaint when it comes to putting on loin covers. The government mandates you to at least cover up your growing area. It does. It fucking does. Yes, you have freedoms, but freedoms also comes with restrictions. There is no absolute freedom. But let's continue.
Idiots. Like, I'll stay at home for the rest of my life if they tell me to. Who knows how to make the best choices for my health and my life? Definitely not me. So I'm more than happy to put my blind trust in power-hungry politicians and definitely uncorrupt groups like the World Health Organization.
Wait, what? Okay, so let's do this. Let's actually have this conversation. First, yes, politicians fucking suck. We only have a few good ones in America, at least on the national stage. But what are you doing about it? Like, what is this motherfucker doing about it? Instead of sitting on YouTube bitching about it. Is he trying to actually get the politicians that he wants elected? Is he trying to actually put out voter drives? Is he actually trying to, and this isn't the whole, like, what revolution have you started? But, like, sitting back and just complaining about politicians doesn't mean shit. You're just effectively crying about, hey, oh my God, they're doing something that I don't like. And honestly, the WHO, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want them at the wins of just every 2 or 4 year politician. I mean, like, again, what the fuck, man? There's certain shit that shouldn't be politicized, and the World Health Organization shouldn't. But these motherfuckers weren't complaining when America was running the WHO like it's little own like fiat organization. They weren't complaining about it. But let's continue.
I think they know what's best for me because, like, they know me better than I know me. The last thing you want.
No, you're not a fucking. Oh my God. Oh my God. It's not that they know you better than what you know yourself. What research have you done to infectious diseases? What's data? What studies do you have on infectious diseases? What, like, I hate to sound like I'm playing to appeal to an authority, but they have actual experience with dealing with this shit. But no, some Facebook group of moms in the middle of Nebraska nowhere knows more about infectious diseases than doctors who spend their careers on it. No, the Facebook mom group knows best because they just have a feeling, they just love it, and they just have a feeling in their heart that, you know, Jesus will protect them from a disease. Keep in mind they haven't read the Old Testament. I'm just saying. But let's continue.
Is people to have the freedom to make their own choices and then experience the consequences of their choices. I think free will is a little bit of a sin. I don't think we should have it in the first place. Like, you wouldn't give a razor blade to a 3-year-old because it wouldn't be in their best interest. So you shouldn't give freedom to people either. All these.
Wait. Oh my God. Speaking of infantilizing people, we know when human beings, and I fucking feel like this, God, when human beings that don't know anything and actually have a benefit of, you know, proving that they're an adult, they're a man, they're grown, they're a woman, like anything that would prove that they don't need to listen to somebody, they do stupid shit. Now, if it is an actual stay-at-home lockdown order, people will get arrested for it. As it stands, that's the word. No, you're getting fucking ridiculed. That's all. And I get it. So, human beings, social creatures, we take ridicule as much as any physical harm. But you're being ridiculed for not caring about other people's health. You can't both hate the idea of the social creatures that we are and then not play by those rules. You can't do both. You look like a whiny little bitch crying about, well, they won't let me do what I want. What do you want to do? Endanger other people. You can't do both. But let's continue.
Americans that want their freedoms are just ungrateful. I say if you don't like how things are going and you just want your freedom, then why don't you move to a free country like North Korea or Venezuela, you freaking heathens?
Oh, God damn it. No. Why though? Why? First of all, America is not a free country. I look. Okay. So, I know a freedom that you can't have in America. Want to see what a freedom that you can't have in America? I don't know. Being arrested by a cop and having the freedom to breathe without his foot on your neck or his knee on your neck. Let me correct that. I know the freedom that you can't have in America. The freedom of actually going to your work and actually telling your boss to stop driving you like a fucking slave. I know a freedom that you can't have in America. You can't be an Amazon factory worker and can't have enough time to go to the bathroom so you piss in bottles. That's a freedom that you can't have in America. The freedom to pee, the freedom to breathe. Hell, the freedom to not be stressed like a motherfucker. That's a freedom that you can't have in America. Oh, we would have landed free? Oh, the fuck? You know what you can't be free of? You can't be free of needing to actually have a roof over your head because, I don't know, we're in a pandemic and instead of the government, which is our government, making sure that people have not only, I don't know, maybe guaranteed housing, they're going to put a little extension on a moratorium on evictions and foreclosures that you still have to pay the money back for. I'm just saying. But let's continue.
Oh, I 100% buy into the narrative they tell me. I think it's ludicrous some people don't 100% believe the narrative like it's the absolute truth. Why wouldn't you? Think about it. If you were in charge of a giant powerful business that pretends it's a charity like the World Health Organization, you wouldn't spend your time carefully crafting your message to manufacture consent with the public to get them to go along with your mysterious agenda that's in your best interest that you tell them.
What's the agenda? Like, what's the agenda? What's the agenda? Please tell me what's the agenda. What's the agenda? What's the conspiracy? What's the conspiracy? What is the conspiracy? What do they hope to attain by spreading some fake propaganda? What is the conspiracy? I mean, like, goddamn, like, what's the conspiracy? And why would they do it? But let's continue.
Is in their best interest, you probably just get up to the podium and have a spontaneous conversation and see what comes out of your mouth while you're riffing. I think that's what they're doing. That's why when Trump gets up there and talks about things like injecting Lysol, it seems so out of the ordinary because he spends months carefully crafting his message. I also find the more scared I am, the more unwilling I am to believe anything other than the original narrative that they told me that they're still telling me, even when new, more accurate information emerges. Like when USC did research in LA County a few weeks ago and showed the amount of people infected with COVID-19 is 28 to 55 times more than we originally thought. Yep, because most of these people don't have symptoms, it suggests the infection is far less dangerous than we originally thought.
No, fuck, no. Oh, God. And he's actually played on this shit before. Well, you know, hey, what did he say? The survival rate is higher than what people think. And the fact that these motherfuckers don't see the reason why we didn't have the massive amount of deaths that they were actually predicted when the pandemic first started is we did nothing. We are still at over 500,000 people that have died from this virus. But make an omelet, got to crack a few eggs, right? Like, It's like this whole thing of I don't care about what happened to other people as long as I get to do what I want. The reason why you can actually take one one area and start saying that, hey, this is different, but in certain areas is higher, in certain areas is lower, because you get more data points. But I'm sure he won't show a citation. Actually, matter of fact, let's do this. Let's look in his description to see if he gives any citations. What? No citations? What? I am shocked and chagrined. How does he have any citations? He has his webpage. He has his shirts, but no citation for the facts that he's actually given. Of course he doesn't. But let's continue.
And in contrast to the original guesstimation of a death rate of 4.5% in COVID cases, the LA County Health Department says the new research suggests the actual death rate in COVID cases is between 0.1 and 0.2%. That means the actual death rate in COVID-19 cases is 22.5 to 45.
Wait, that's if we did nothing. Like, oh my God, that's if we did nothing. Like, these people don't get it. That death rate is if we did nothing. And then he's talking about the death rate. He's talking about the death rate. But it has been determined that COVID-19 has long-term symptoms that don't kill you, but would be a chronic condition for the rest of your life. But death rates. That's what he hangs on. Death rates. And not only that, does that include the most recent data? Does that include the treatments that we discovered while dealing with this virus? The problem when we first ran into the pandemic is the fact that we would run out of beds, and guess what LA County did? Guess what happened in LA? Guess what happened in New York? Guess what happened in so many different places? It would have been a knock-on effect about how people were getting sick and people were actually didn't have the beds or the different things, or when we found out ventilators, or we thought ventilators would actually help. It wasn't just that, oh, this one person that dies here, this one person dies there. It was a knock-on effect. But of course, it's about the numbers that's right in front of them, because that's the only way this shit can make sense. Not the over 500,000 people who have died from this virus.
Times less deadly than we were originally told. But this new scientific data is irrelevant to me, because it's like I already made up my mind when I was the most frightened. And I'm going to keep believing what makes me the most frightened, because it just feels more congruent my being that way. I'll also spend a lot of time looking for information that they shove in my face that confirms my existing beliefs. There's nothing like a little confirmation bias to help my mind continue to learn and expand. I'm also...
this came out in May of last year. I wonder if he's going to go back and actually redo this video or correct it with facts. I wonder, oh God, let's continue.
Really good at believing the COVID death count, as anyone who is diagnosed with COVID-19 and then dies, irregardless of what they die from, pre-existing condition or otherwise, their death is labeled a COVID death.
Because it's a comorbidity. Oh God. Because it's a comorbidity, what happens is COVID-19 exacerbates this shit. It exacerbates what a condition that you already have. But this motherfucker is not thinking that way. He's thinking, well, no, that they had COVID, and so they're saying that they just died from COVID. Where, fucker, if you already have diabetes or heart conditions, the shit that fucks with your respiratory system, the shit that fucks with your blood pressure will kill you faster. Well,
makes sense to me. Instead of letting the doctor who is treating the patient use their medical education to determine the cause of death, I think the mandate to label it a COVID death is more accurate. And it helps the COVID death count get higher than it is.
So I wonder if he actually believes that the COVID death isn't as high as it is. I mean, like, you know, there are some counties that, like we found out recently in Florida, there are some counties who where it would be obvious death from Florida, but because of political pressure, no, it wasn't. It was this, it was that. See, that goes both ways. But fuck, let's continue.
And the higher it is, the more scared I am. And the more scared I am, the more obedient I am. Yes, I would like a mandatory vaccine. I'm scared enough that I think more things should be mandatory. Sometimes the best medicine is like the best sex. Non-consensual. They work on the...
Okay. We've come to the end of this video because he's minimalizing mandatory vaccines with non-consensual sex. Wow. Wow. Fuck. How? Just how? How? How do you even? Just how? I don't have any more words for this. I don't even have any words for it. I wonder if he will go back and actually fix this shit. Like, instead of just pretending like the shit didn't happen, he didn't say the shit, and we have over 500,000. We have over 500,000 people who have died from this virus. I'm just saying, like, I don't. Wow. Folks, we definitely love to see that. Anyway, if you want to see more content from me, please like, share, and subscribe. If you're watching live on Twitch or Facebook, hit that follow button. And I do this every Monday and Wednesday, 7:30 Central Standard Time. And come check us out live, and also check out my Twitter page. And you can also check out my Etsy store with the description down at the bottom. By the way, if you want to help out the stream, hit the link at the top or the links is below. Thank you.
Hey guys, this is me, Crimson60620, and if you ever want to actually get some great art and help support my channel, help support me, check out my merch page at streamlabs.com/Crimson60620/merch. Here you can actually find great pieces of art put on t-shirts, and it'll be updated frequently with a lot of my other art. So thank you for support, and please enjoy the video. Thanks.